What is air pollution? Air pollution refers to the presence of harmful substances in the air, including gases, particles, and biological molecules. These pollutants can be released from natural resources, such as wildfire, or from human activity, such as transportation, industrial production, and energy generation. The negative impact of air pollution can be felt on both the environment and human health, including respiratory disease, cancer, and cardiovascular problems. Air pollution can also have an impact on climate change and lead to depletion of the ozone layer. The increase in air pollution can have a significant impact on the environment. Air pollution has a broad range of negative impact on the environment, from climate change to acid rain, soil contamination, water pollution, and effect on animal and human health. It's highlight the need for continued effort to reduce air pollution and promote cleaner air to protect the environment and its inhabitants. Here is some of the various negative impact on the environment. The increase in air pollution can have a significant impact on the environment. Air pollution has a broad range of negative impact on the environment, from climate change to acid rain, soil contamination, water pollution, and effect on animal and human health. It's highlight the need for continued effort to reduce air pollution and promote cleaner air to protect the environment and its inhabitants. Here is some of the various negative impact on the environment. The increase in air pollution. The first one is acid rain, in which air pollution can cause sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide emission, which can bring about acid rain, harmful to aquatic ecosystem, and damage the Earth's surface. The second one is climate change, in which air pollution can worsen climate change by contributing to the greenhouse effect and causing global warming. This can lead to a negative effect like melting glacier, rising sea level, and more frequent extreme weather events. The third is reduced biodiversity, in which air pollution can harm plant, animal, and ecosystem, thereby reducing its biodiversity. For example, some air pollutants such as nitrogen oxide and sulfur dioxide can adversely affect plant growth and impair the ability to photosynthesis, leading to a decrease in plant productivity and diversity. The fourth is contaminated water bodies, since it can often lead to the contamination of water body through the deposition of toxic pollutant, which can adversely affect marine life and water quality.
So, continue with that, let's talk more about how air pollutions can impact on human activities. First of all, an increase in air pollutions can have a significant impact on human activities in several ways, and here are some examples. First of all, we have respiratory problems. High level of air pollutions can cause respiratory problems such as coughing, wheezing, and shortness of breath. This can lead to a decrease in physical activities and limit outdoor activities. Second, we have cardiovascular problems. Air pollution has also been linked to an increased risk of cardiovascular problems such as heart disease and stroke. These conditions can limit physical activities and reduce overall quality of life. The third things we want to mention is fatigue and weakness. Exposure to air pollutions can also cause fatigue and weakness, this making it harder for individuals to engage in physical activities. The fourth things is it can decrease cognitive functions. Research suggests that air pollution can impact cognitive functions, including memories, attentions, and decision-making abilities. This can reduce productivities and make it harder to complete daily activities. Lastly, we have psychological effect. Exposure to air pollution can also have psychological effects such as stress, anxiety, and depressions. This can impact motivations and limit desire to engage in physical activities. So overall, an increase in air pollution can have significance impact on human activity and make it harder to engage in physical and cognitive tasks, reducing overall quality of life. So, continue with the video. Let's talk about the mismanagement of air pollutions. The mismanagement of air pollutions refer to situations where the sources of pollutions are not properly regulated, monitored, or controlled, leading to an increase in the level of pollutants in the air. So, mismanagement can take many forms, including insufficient public educations. Is it important for the public to be informed about the risks of air pollution and what they can do to protect themselves? When the public is not educated about the risks and how to mitigate them, they may be at greater risk of exposure to harmful pollutants. Second, lack of monitoring. Monitoring the level of pollutants in air is essential to understand the extent of the problems and identifying sources of pollutions. Without proper monitoring, it can be difficult to determine the effectiveness of regulatory measures or tech actions to address sources of pollutions. The next thing is an effective control measure. Even when the regulations are in place, if control measures are not effective or not enforced, sources of pollutions may continue to emit pollutants into the air. The next thing is inadequate regulations. When governments do not implement effective regulations or standards for air pollutions or fail to enforce existing regulations, sources of pollutions may be allowed to emit more pollutants than they should. The last thing here is lack of international cooperation, and this is one of the most important one too. So, air pollution is a global problem, as you know, and require cooperations and coordinations between countries to effectively address it. When there is a lack of international cooperation, sources of pollution in one country can affect the air quality in neighboring countries. So, overall, the mismanagement of air pollution can lead to serious public health, environmental, and economic consequences, making it important for policymakers, businesses, and individuals to take actions to address sources of pollution and reduce exposure to harmful pollutants.
We need a management strategies to improve air pollution because it has a range of negative impact on the human health, the environment, and the economy. Then, how do we improve air pollution? First, use clean energy sources. We encourage the use of renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydropower to reduce emission from energy production. Second, we reduce emission from transportation, in which promote the use of public transportation and electric and hybrid vehicle and carpooling to reduce emission from the transportation nowadays. Thirdly, we can improve energy efficiency through the use of encourage the use of energy efficient appliances by reduce energy waste and promote energy conservation. Fourth, we can regulate emission from industry, such as implement regulation and standard that limit emission from industries to reduce pollution through policies and law. Plant more trees and vegetation to filter pollutant from the air. Planting more trees and vegetation can indeed help to filter pollutant from the air. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and other pollutants through their leaf, trapping and filtering contaminants in the air. Tree and other types of vegetation can help absorb and filter particulate matter from the air, lower surface and air temperature, and reducing the risk of harmful effects from the air pollution. Six, raise awareness. Educating individuals about the causes and impact of air pollution can promote public involvement to address the issue more often. Overall, a comprehensive and collaborative approach is needed to improve air quality and reduce air pollution, involving individual, organization, and government at a local, national, and international level. By implementing these strategies, we can reduce the negative impact of air pollution on human health, the environment, and the economy. Overall, a comprehensive and collaborative